Live stream. Yay. Yes. Hello everyone. Live stream. We have not done a live stream in a long time. This makes me very excited. The YouTube link is broken in announcements. Well, let me share this live stream link wherever I can, and then see. Decamaster, hello. Hello Leon, hello Grand Muteki, hello Common Rider Brave level 5. Grand Muteki was almost first. Hello that guy Zero. I'm sharing this link everywhere, so give me a few seconds. I believe that the Power Rangers site is going to be uploading their Q&A soon, so maybe we'll have a live reading of that, because why not? Is this stream actually, or it would appear that the link is not working, so I'm gonna delete that. Okay. Cool Caleb here. Mariam Sabizada, hello. Malik, Toku Geek, Thomas Hepner, Wolfpack and Bound, hello. And Decamaster fan hates Power Rangers. Well, that may be a problem because we are going to be talking a good bit of Power Rangers today. So, yeah. Hello, Toku Geek. He says, Dad, what's up? Kaito Yolo says, bonjour. I don't take French, but I do know that is French, so bonjour to you as well. I think I'm about to get... Oh, no. Never mind. Okay. Alright, so as you can tell from the thumbnail in this image, we have a decent amount of stuff to talk about, because this has actually been like a really crazy week for me, for Toku at least. Clearly we have a Muteki figure art that exists now. Muteki figure art exists. I don't care if it never gets made. I mean, I do care a bit. It'll make me sad, but just the fact that Muteki exists in that high quality in a physical form, that makes me happy. Just that alone makes me happy. So but if it does, I hope it gets made, but I don't really care because it still makes me happy. Is that a new form of 01 from Eon Productions? Yes. And hello, Mr. Bomber Holmes. So yeah, let's start talking about the stuff. Why not? I had this open because I said this is going to be the first stream where I'm going to have the chat show up on screen, and I've decided we're going to talk about the stuff in a second, but I want to get the chat working. We're going to get the chat working this stream, okay? Trust me. Just stick with me. So we're going to copy this link from the pop-out chat. We're going to go to Properties. I'm using Streamlabs OBS in case anyone's wondering. We're going to paste it in. Push done. Okay, so it's there, but it doesn't have any of the CSS. So it's just the chat from YouTube. So we're going to re-paste the CSS. And it still is not working. Interesting. And it's cut off a bit too. That's really weird. It's like a weird proportion. Interesting. I'll go into the. Well, let's read the chat. Am I going to review fan-made Toku from Discord? Maybe not in a video. I don't know if we're gonna do a Toku ideas video anytime soon because again, the last one took a while, and this time for sure I'm gonna have a lot of people that I won't get to. So it's gonna be a lot of like, you didn't put my idea in the video. We'll see because there's like 50 other ideas. Orville says Hyper Muteki is their least favorite form. That is, I pity you, but that's fine. I don't care. It's fine. If you don't like Hyper Muteki, that is your opinion. Wolfpack and Bound wonders if Lord Draken will ever come to the shows. I wonder that as well. I hope he does because that's a cool suit. Swivel Boy says, what did I miss? Nothing. We just started. J. Prakash Narayan Sharma says, hi bro, please shout out. There you go. Gundam Guy says, hello, Geo the Time Knight. The Force Riser will be my favorite driver in the Reiwa era from Brave Level 5. I'm not sure if it's my favorite right now, but I do really like, I think, yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I think right now it's my favorite. Probably not in all of the Reiwa era, because the Reiwa era is probably going to happen indefinitely, right? Correct? Unless something terrible happens. We're going to be in the Reiwa era for a while. So, why won't this chat work? This hurts me a lot. The chat never works. Is that Lightning Collection? Yes, the Draken is Lightning Collection. Max is a god tier suit. Max Ryusol Red is so hot. You don't even know. Like, it's so beautiful. Okay. I'll gush about Max a little bit later. What do you think about Power Rangers Battle for the Grid and Quantum Ranger? I like Battle for the Grid, kind of. I have not played it in a while, but I do like it. Quantum Ranger being added in it is also very cool. Quantum Ranger is like the pick. Like, it's not a pick that I think they would add in, but like now that they're adding it in, it makes a lot of sense. Like, it's a popular character. It's a popular season. It's just not like Quantum Ranger isn't like that front runner kind of Power Ranger stuff. Gundam Guy says, how's it going? It is going well. I'm doing well. Quick question. Do you wish Hasbro would make an official Shattered Grid movie? Yes, but then it would kind of be like, here's Shattered Grid, but movie. But it would be really cool to see in a movie. Not gonna lie, so. Breaking Mammoth thoughts. Breaking Mammoth is big. It's weird, but I do like it. The debut yesterday that I saw, that was pretty cool. So, am I the only one who likes Ghost and Drive? I don't think so. A lot of people like Drive. I know for a fact a lot of people like Drive, and I know there are some Ghost defenders out there. So, no, you're not the only one who likes Ghost and Drive. There's a marathon of all the Halloween episodes of Power Rangers from Samurai to Beast Morphers. It's almost over. That sounds painful because most of those are bad. Genom should have a Hyper Muteki Gashat like Negative Infinity, Deadly Muteki. Negative Infinity sounds kind of cool. Deadly Muteki actually does as well. So, Gundam Guy asks, am I the only one who misses the Kamen Rider and Super Sentai crossover movies? No, because I like the idea behind those as well. So, I think the thing I miss is, like, we're never going to get, like, crossovers of the suits, like, how, the best example I can think of, I guess, is like Geo with the Ryu Soldier I watch. Yes, it was never in the show, but like, we'll never. I mean, I guess they can always keep making those crossover items, so I guess I can't really complain. But we'll never get to see maybe those like as an actual suit for a while. So, I hope when Kira Major has a versus movie with Ryu Soldier, the Ghost Sagers and Die Rangers appear. Those are some really out there choices. Random choices for Sentais to just appear, but that would be cool. Do you like the Geo 01 trailer? Thoughts on 01 with Force Riser and Rocking Hopper? Rocking Hopper is weird. I don't know why it exists. Proto 01 or 001, which is the form on screen now, is hot. So the chat's not gonna work, so we're just gonna switch to rider news now, I guess, while we're on that topic. So let's switch over. Oh, there you go. Okay. So Kamen Rider news. That sounds like a Kamen Rider that's named news. So we got 001, which is the movie form for 01. And then we have another 01, which is the movie villain for the 01 movie. There's Figuarts Muteki. There were a ton of figure arts revealed, but there's no space here for all those. So we're only putting the most important one on screen, which is Figuarts Muteki. And at the bottom, that's an image that that was revealed earlier today, and it's apparently like Rocking Hopper form. So Rocking Hopper was shown in the trailer for the 01 movie, and it is a Zetsume Raizeki. That's like the biggest takeaway. I don't know why it's there, because it's not used for, well, I guess I do know. Now it's to sell a toy and a new suit. But it looks like Ichigo. I just realized. Maybe Ichigo's coming back, question mark. So, yeah, Rocking Hopper, we don't really know anything about it. Clearly, if they put so much emphasis on it in the trailer, it has some kind of big emphasis in the movie, but I don't know. So let's see. What does everyone in the chat think of Proto 0? Or it was Proto 01 when we got like this leaked image, and now it's 001. So what's a Beast Morphers? Power Rangers Beast Morphers. Jin or Parado? So I like Parado better because, well, I'm mixed on it because Parrot is from X-Aid, so I like him better, but he has an entire series to back him up as well. But Jin is actually really fun on screen, maybe more than Parado. So I don't know. So if Hasbro actually decides to bring Kamen Rider to America, what season would you like them to adapt first? Well, there's a Muteki figure art on screen, but I would actually like a Muteki Lightning Collection figure as well. So it would be XA for me. Who is your favorite bald person? I'm not sure. What up, Jarhead MSTR and Patty Murphy in the chat? They both said hello. Is Shocker really dead now? The last time we saw them was in the X-Aid Q Ranger movie, but then they were more like a fake Shocker from the game world or something. I think it was real Shocker that had a game, right? I don't entirely remember that movie. So, I don't know. We haven't had Shocker in a while, though. You are right. So, maybe Shocker is dead? Question mark. Asterisk Official says, did you see that the reason Aruto is using the Force Riser is because the another rider stops him from transforming? Yeah, I did see that. It's a little disappointing for me because I was hoping it was going to be Aruto's grandfather, or some people were saying his Humagir father, because obviously it's a crossover with Geo, so they can very easily travel back in time, and then we can see 01 or either of those characters using the Force Riser with the Rising Hopper key. And it's, well, they said it was Proto 01 at first, so that's why I was thinking that. Proto obviously means before, so now that it's actually 001, now I guess I'm not really disappointed. What I really like is now that it is like the another rider stops him from using the 01 driver, so he's like, okay, fine, I'll use the Force Riser. Like, it's like, he's like, there's another belt here that just breaks open the key, so I'll use that instead. Or you could give it to Fua, and Fua would break it open. So, yeah. Another 01 is real. I thought that was fan-made. Nope, it is real. Another 01 is for the Geo and 01 crossover, not the 01 movie. Well, it is a 01 movie, so that's why I'm referring to it as such. Why don't they just call it Kamen Rider 00? Because 001 is going to make it much more confusing to say, and they have to make the names confusing now. Where can you buy X8 Blu-ray with all the episodes? Online, I assume. There was a set photo of people wearing a Kuga, Ichigo, and 01 suit without their helmets. That was a cosplay thing, I think. That was not official at all. So, are you liking Kamen Rider 01 the series? Yes, I am really liking 01. I think the main thing that's really surprising me is that they're having all of these, like, third act twists in the first 10 episodes. Like, I'm about to get into some heavy 01 spoilers, so if you don't want anything. So, like, Daybreak, I didn't think they'd, like, get into Daybreak for a while, and then they get into an episode 4, and then, Hirobi and Jin, I thought we wouldn't learn much about them until later on as well. Granted, we still don't know a lot about them, but, like, we already know they're Humagears. We basically know they're taking orders from the Ark. Obviously we still don't know everything about them, but we know a lot more about them than I thought we would. So there's a lot of, like, kind of third act twist stuff going on here, and, like, I didn't think we would be getting into that, and I'm scared that we're not going to have anything later on, though. But clearly that's not the case, because we've still got stuff with Yua going on in the background for, like, the entire show with Zaya, the guy in the chair, who I'm assuming is part of Zaya, and it's clearly a future rider that I'm not going to say. So there's clearly, like, other stuff going on in the background as well that I'm assuming we're going to get into later. So there's a lot of, like, mystery and stuff going on, and that's really cool. Who do you think would win, Lord Draken or Oma Geo? So Lord Draken in any other form would win, or would lose. Oma Geo would win. But if we're counting Lord Draken in the last Shattered Grid issue, then he would win, because he has reality powers. So, do you think we will see the 01 armor? I mean, probably, because the Ride Watch exists as a toy, and that just makes too much sense. I mean, probably, but I'm not entirely sure, because we didn't see so many armors in the Geo show. But I feel like that's kind of an obvious thing for them to do. But obviously, like, looking at this, we already have Proto 01, another 01, Rocking Hopper 01, whatever that name is going to be. Then we're going to have 01 armor. But I feel like Geo would get a form. It makes sense. So, I don't know. I'm a little on the fence about whether or not Geo's going to get the 01 armor, because we are having so many forms in this already. So, do you like Kamen Rider Classic? I'm not sure what that is. We need a Power Rangers Zeo movie. That would be really cool. Speaking of a Power Rangers movie, I made a video about what the next Hasbro Power Rangers movie could be. So if you haven't seen that, please check it out. Where do you watch Kamen Rider? Just asking. I use Kiss Asian, so I don't have to worry about torrents. Would you like to see a Power Rangers arcade card game, like the Rider Machine, or the Rider Machine arcade card game? So, Gombarizing, but Power Rangers. That would be pretty cool, except I think I would prefer, like, some kind of mobile game. There is a mobile game, I think, but, like, an actual really interesting game for Power Rangers, instead of an arcade, so I don't have to go somewhere every time I want to play a game. So, speaking of Power Rangers, I guess for the time being, we can switch back to Rider at some point. And you guys can keep talking about Rider, of course. I'm not going to control what you talk about. But now we can transition to Power Rangers / Super Sentai. So, I think it was Friday, right? It was Friday. So, we got the reveals of Lightning Collection Wave 3, which we have known about since, August, I believe. So, that's a little bit awkward. But we got Lightning Collection Wave 3 revealed officially. So we have Beast Morphers Blue, Dino Charge Gold, MMPR Red, and then Lord Draken. So I think I said before, like, any comics character I will buy into Lightning Collection. So I already have Lord Draken pre-ordered. And I also pre-ordered MMPR Red with him because I kind of need to bulk out my Lightning collection because I only have Psycho Blue and I won in the giveaway. So now that it appears they're getting into more characters than I'm actually particularly fond of, now I'm getting into the Lightning collection. So Lord Draken, MMPR Red will be on their way to my house whenever they come out, and they are out in some places, which is really funny. Not even a day after they were revealed at Comic-Con, they were found in stores. So I don't know. I had them from Amazon, and when Amazon ships them to me, that's when I'll have them. I'm not really gonna try to waste time. Not like now that I have them ordered, I'm not gonna try to waste time going out and looking for them. But it will appear that the Lord Draken doesn't come with a Saba, so I need to go look for. I need a White Ranger now for Saba. I might just give Draken to Saba and then put the White Ranger somewhere. But honestly, with the recent comic arc, I'm looking forward to actually posing MMPR Red with a White Ranger, so that would be really cool. Do you know where to watch episode 9 of 01? I can't find it anywhere. I don't think it's been subbed yet, so when they get around to subbing it, no rush to sub, people. If you're watching this right now, take your time. You guys do great work. Whenever they sub it, that's when we can watch it. Do you have any idea what will be the theme of the second series of the Reiwa era? No, because we're not even halfway through 01. Do you think they'll pull Geo into this movie, alternate timeline, or will Sogo get his memories back? So this is a weird conversation I've been seeing going around on Twitter. Apparently, there's like this weird timeline of events in Geo. We get Oma Geo timeline, so Sogo becomes Oma Geo with no problems happening, and that triggers the show events that we watch as a show. And then at the end trigger where he resets everything, that triggers a third timeline of events, which is where Over Quartzer takes place. And after Over Quartzer is then the stage show that happened. And they apparently confirmed all this in the stage show, but I'm not entirely sure, so that's why I'm not entirely sure about this. But because of that, I assume that Geo in the movie, the 01 movie, will be the Geo from that third timeline, but I'm not sure because they I haven't seen the stage show yet, and I think that's where they explain it. So if it is true, what I'm gonna do is I was going to make a video about how Heisei Generations Forever ties into the Geo timeline, but if there's something going on with Over Quartzer as well, I might just make a double video how both movies tie into the Geo timelines, plural. So yeah, and I haven't finished the script for how Forever ties in anyway, so that's fine. And Overlord Baron made one as well, so it might be better to give some time for that to settle, because we have different theories, but I kind of didn't want to seem like I'm copying him. So I haven't mentioned the Max Ryusel Red in the room. That suit is beautiful. We have like barely any high quality images of it, but it looks so good. If you guys, I think you guys probably know by now that my favorite color is in fact red. This is the best red suit in all of Toku. And I've honestly just settled with saying it's tied with Muteki as my favorite suit in all of Toku as well. Because I love Muteki. It has a soft spot in my heart because of Xaid, and I still really like it. But this suit is just so cool. And the rest of the fandom has also agreed that this is such a good suit. I don't think I've seen anyone say what I'm saying, where it's like the best suit in all of Toku in their opinion. But the rest of the fandom agrees that this suit is fantastic. So I'm glad that we have, as a fandom, come together to agree this is the best dinosaur upgrade, at least. So thoughts on SH Figure Arts Mugen Damashi. The fandom has also agreed that that looks like a great SH figure arts, and I'm glad because it is a great suit. Um, People kind of rag on it because of Grateful existing, and that makes more sense as a final form, which I agree. But Mugen is not a bad suit in my opinion, so the figure art looks really good. Um, how would you feel if Hasbro made a limited edition Optimus Prime that uses the MMPR Megazord? Honestly, any Transformers Power Rangers crossover that inevitably happens, I'm all for that. Like I'm all the way for a Transformers Power Rangers crossover. Like if they announce there's going to be a Transformers Power Rangers crossover and you're like, I wonder what Thomas Jujube thinks of this. I'm all for it, unless it's like a really stupid idea. But I'm pretty much all for it, so. Asterisk says, I'm still looking forward to them doing more Disney-era Ranger figures in the Lightning Collection. The only Disney-era ones so far have been SPD. Yeah, they are doing another SPD, I think. I think SPD Red as one of the ones that was leaked to be coming out. So, yeah, I think when some of the Disney seasons are obviously some of the best, everyone agrees. So, when they get to those, that would be really cool, too. I think right now they have this interesting pattern of MMPR and then, like, Beast Morphers current series, and then I think Dino Charge, right? Did Wave 2 have a Dino Charge Ranger in it? I can't remember. But it's kind of been going, like, they're trying to use, like, current stuff that's going on for what they put in the Lightning Collection waves, it seems. So I assume at a certain point, if they try doing something with the Disney era seasons and like the Boom Comics or the show, we'll be getting a ton of Disney era figures coming out. What are your ideas for a PR adaptation of Ryu Soldier? I have nothing really so far, except kind of dealing with like Creon and the Minosaurs, but I have nothing really too in depth. So I guess you will all find out my ideas for a Ryu Soldier adaptation when we get to Sentai Potential Ryu Soldier next year. Aerospace says A back to you. Hello. Immortal Red Fox says, so glad to see you live. Thank you. Welcome to the live stream. Do you own any Kamen Rider toys? If so, which ones? If not, which ones do you want? So I have some Sotos, not a lot. I'm looking around. I have how many belts? I have 3 belts. Which ones would I want? Literally anything X-Aid. Figure, a Gashat, a driver. I have some Gashapon Gashats, but I don't have a DX Gashat because it would be kind of useless without a gamer driver. So I would basically want a gamer driver and then like any insert Gashat here. Red with gold accents. Nice. Yeah, the gold accents on Max Red also really bring that up. I wish to see Max Ryusol Red versus Red Fury Beast Morphers Ranger. That would be really cool. I forgot to put an image of Red Fury mode on this slide right now. That is a rip for me because Fury Mode Red also came out, and Fury Mode Red had a really cool debut. Beast Morphers is really, really cool. I wouldn't call it amazing, but I would not call it Neo Saban or bad by any stretch of the imagination. It's doing really well. What if there's a PR Transformers crossover and the Transformers use the Megazords as their alt forms? That'd be pretty cool. That would be cool. I think it would be kind of cool if we had like the Megazord use an already existing Transformer as the base for a combination. Like think the Thunder Megazord from MMPR, where it's the base guy inside. I don't know their names, but it's the red robot inside, and the other ones basically create armor around it. It would be cool if like we had something like that happen, except instead of the red Zord inside, it's like Bumblebee or Optimus Prime, and they just form around it and create this like different Thunder Megazord. That would be pretty cool, I think. It's like a very simple way to have them cross over, but it could work really well. It's like what I was saying in my Sentai Potential Lupin vs. Pato, where I was saying like, what if they just made Combiner Wars again for the Lupin Ranger Zords and all that. And it would be cool to... Then you could have, like, some crossplay with, like, the old Combiner Wars lines, if you have those. Do I have my Combiners on my shelf? Yeah, I have my Combiners on my shelf. I was thinking I did, but I forgot whether or not I did. So that would be pretty cool. I just hope they do something with the Lupin vs. Pat mechas, because those are terrible, in my opinion. The best one is Lupin Rex, because it's red and it only exists in CG, so it's actually posable. And the gun Magnum is not terrible either, but it's not amazing either. Which is basically all the Lupin vs. Pat mechas kind of summed up, except I don't think a lot of them are good. Mask Mercenary Magnum says hello again. Hello to you too. Tobias says Max Ryusoul Red reminds me of a spiky Tajador. It does kind of look like a spiky Tajador. It's more like a spiky Geizolg, because it looks like Geizolg, so it's clearly based off the Geizolg suit. I thought it was just the straight Geizolg suit. I don't think it is. It might be, actually. Someone let me know. Other than the helmet, I was in the earlier images, I was thinking other than the helmet, it's just a Geizolg repaint, but I kind of think that might not be the case, and it's just based off Geizolg. Transformers would do a better crossover with Robotech. What is Robotech? We're gonna find out. Robotech isn't okay. So I looked up Robotech, and the first image that I get is Jetfire. So I'm assuming so I have heard of this. This is where Jetfire comes from, Skyfire, whatever you want to call it. So technically, they have already done a crossover with Robotech. It's Jetfire. That's funny. Do I like Gundam kits? I don't have any Gundam kits, but I do not dislike Gundam kits. I'm just not a Gundam person. Aerospace says, let me work with you. I want to be your assistant or something. That could be interesting. I'm not sure if, like, I need an assistant now. Maybe, like, I do. Most of you can attest that my upload schedule is not the greatest, but there is a new video coming out this Thursday for Halloween. So maybe there is hope. But yeah, as I mentioned in videos, I have school, so, like, no offense, but I prioritize school and homework, and then when I can, then I go do a video. But I have fun doing the videos, so it's not like that's the reward for doing English homework. So what would be the name for some Kamen Riders if they were adapted to America? I don't know. It would probably be some English name or word. I feel like if they would do something simple, that would be that would work. Like Build, Kamen Rider. Honestly, you could keep Build as a name. That could be funny. Is Ryu Soldier any good? So here's my opinion on Ryu Soldier. It's good now. In the beginning, the first few episodes are actually really interesting. I really like the dynamic with the Rangers. Then after that, it kind of just meanders into nothingness, where nothing really goes on, and the only interesting part is Weisel. And I love Weisel, so that's fine. And then Gold shows up, and you feel like it's gonna start getting interesting, and then he just kind of fades into the background, and nothing happens, and it keeps just kind of meandering around. And then they actually decide, Geizolg is here. Let's actually do something with Geizolg. And now it's actually been really picking up. Basically, when we find out who Geizolg is, and a little bit before we find out who Geizolg is, then it really starts picking up. So these recent episodes of Ryu Soldier, very good. There's a bit of a stretch in between where I wouldn't say terrible, but it is just kind of boring. The suits, pretty much all the suits and the aesthetics, they make up for kind of the lack of anything going on. So I think it's really it kind of is shaping up maybe to be my favorite Sentai, but I feel like Q Ranger has more going on. But at this point, I don't hate Ryusoulger at all. I am enjoying Ryusoulger. So, yes, if you're interested in Ryusoulger, if you're just kind of eyeing it, like, I don't know, do I want to watch it? If you like the aesthetics and that's your only draw to it, then yes, I would say watch it, because there is stuff there that with the aesthetics and the story, I think it can pull you in. But yeah, watch Ryusoulger. Watch Gundam. A few series are legally on YouTube. Ooh, because I have a problem with watching illegal stuff. That's why I don't watch any Japanese tokusatsu. Joke. Worst Red Ranger without Neo Saban. Grace from Boom Studios Comics. No, I'm just kidding. I don't really know. Mac from Operation Overdrive, because I know like their only thing with in Operation Overdrive was like, we're gonna quit being Power Rangers, and it's like, why would you have your main cast, your heroes, try to quit being Power Rangers so often? So I guess Operation Overdrive. Kamen Rider X8 could be Power Rider Gaming Warrior. I like Gaming Warrior. That sounds cool. It would be kind of funny if they just said Power Rider Gamer, and then default dance. That would be funny. X8 better default dance in America if he becomes a Kamen Rider. I don't care how old Fortnite is. If someone goes like, X8, whatever his American name is, are you a gamer? And he default dances. That would be so funny. That would be so self-referential. You don't even know. I went to Party City, and for Halloween, and there's just a board on the wall, and it just says gamer written on it, and it has like a generic Fortnite costume. And I was like, wow, what a gamer move. Hello, Jetfire48 in the chat. I think I saw a response to someone said if Kugo would beat 01. 01's strongest form right now is Mammoth, because it's a big giant robot. So I don't think 01 is really a contender for being a strong Kamen Rider right now. Right now, obviously. At the end of the show, it's pretty much like when it's a question like who's the strongest Kamen Rider, it's basically like you have to wait until the final form comes out, and when it does come out, then how does that final form compare in strength to the other final forms? Is it invincible? Is it a god? Is it a black hole? You know. Power Rider Gamer Girl Bathwater. That is a wonderful name. Okay, I think we're gonna switch back to the base image, and then maybe we'll switch back to Rider or Sentai at some point if anyone wants me to. I just took a drink of water. God, look at that image. That image is my week with Tokusatsu summed up. My favorite form finally has a figure art existing. My favorite Power Ranger character has a physical figure as well, an affordable physical figure. Let's put it that way. Both of those are now contested by this beautiful looking suit, and then to the right of it is also a very beautiful looking suit. Not a contender for maybe my favorite suit. Well, actually, I will say it is my favorite suit in 01, I think. So, I guess now we have my favorite suit in the current series. So, that is a hot image. If you ask me, Fortnite is overrated. Plus, favorite Transformer. So, So basically, favorite Transformer, the generic answer for me is Optimus Prime, and I feel like it has to be true because I think I have more Optimus Primes than any other character. But sometimes I want to say Shockwave, not Shockwave. Shockwave is not favorite character. Soundwave, is sometimes up there for my favorite character, personality wise. Just like his whole thing with the loyalty and all that. If you know who Soundwave is, you probably know why. But I have like no Soundwave figures, so I don't have figures to back up which character I like with their personality, but I have like more characters for Optimus Prime. But I actually discovered recently, I think there's two characters. There's one in like the new comics, and then there's one named Road Rage. Both are red and black. So maybe visually those are my two favorite Transformers, but character-wise it's maybe more Optimus Prime. I know what I just said, but Optimus Prime or Soundwave. Isn't the strongest Kuga since his kick was like equal to a nuke or something? Yeah, that's what like most people say, but like here's the thing. Not Grand Geo. Well, Grand Geo could probably summon that, and then Oma Geo can just do that. So, you know, like, is the guy who can nuke the whole world with a kick stronger than the guy who can nuke the whole world with a kick and then do more? You know, that's the question. Kuga's ultimate form is overpowered, but his other forms aren't anywhere near as strong. That is funny. Kind of like Geo. Kamen Rider 01 in America. Power Rider Cyber Warrior. Cyber Warrior is cool as well, although it's kind of like Gamer Warrior from earlier. So here's my opinion. I don't think we should use Power Rider as a name, because I feel like Power Rider doesn't sound amazing. Like I'm not in love with how Power Rider sounds. Granted, Power Rangers maybe doesn't sound the most amazing either. So, but I feel like if we want Kamen Rider in America or outside Japan to kind of be something different from Power Rangers, but still similar to Power Rangers, obviously, maybe we don't want Power Rider as a name. I think it's really just Rider in the name, because like 01 used his bike in 2 episodes. Geo used his bike in 2 episodes. We don't use bikes in Kamen Rider a lot. So like when you bring it over to America and you keep the Rider part of it, when Rider is not really part of their whole like essence anymore. Like obviously it will still be part, like that's why I still have bikes. Like it is part of their essence as Kamen Riders, so that's why I'm okay with them keeping them Kamen Rider in Japan. Well, when you move it and you change the name, I feel like Rider should be changed, but I'm not sure what it should be changed to. Like Warrior, like some of you guys were using in your name, Armored Hero. I don't know, something like I don't know what the renamed name would be. So obviously, maybe I'm not the one who should be saying they should change the name. So. Which Lightning figure are you excited for out of the announced ones? Draken, because when they leaked Draken as part of Lightning Wave 3, I was so excited because I wanted a Draken figure. So Draken is the one I'm most excited for. But Soundwave doesn't have a personality. Correct. That's why I like him, because he doesn't have a personality, but he has fun moments lacking in personality. I just remembered what my thought process was. I like Soundwave, but I don't know, his visual design isn't that interesting. I remembered he gets recolored in red and black and is called Sound Blaster. So it's like Hasbro, like obviously I didn't exist when Transformers first came out, but it's almost like Hasbro went, maybe we should redesign Soundwave with someone in mind. Red and black. thomasjujube certified Soundwave. But I also don't own any Sound Blaster figures, so I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. Yeah, everyone kind of agrees Power Rider maybe wouldn't be the greatest name. Like, people using Power Rider for their adaptation names or whatever, that's fine. Like, I have no problem with that. If they made Power Rider the name, I have no problem with that. But I'm just thinking, like, maybe if we really wanted to do something, we should try to change Rider or Power Rider. How about Metal Heroes? That could be a very interesting name. I don't think there's any currently airing tokusatsu series that uses Metal Heroes, so it's certainly free to use. Transformers 1 movie in a nutshell. Left cheek. if you watch Jobby the Hong, then that is the Transformers first movie in a nutshell. Like I said, Kuga would beat Zero One, at least until Zero One gets his final form, and then maybe. But then again, Zero One could get a final form that could be as strong as Kuga, and that's a maybe. Maybe, yeah, but then I think to beat Kuga, he'd need a nuclear kick. So I don't think they're giving that to Zero One. Have you considered getting into Ultraman? Yes, kind of. Like, obviously, as old, like, I think the most I considered getting into Ultraman was maybe. It was Orb, Jeed, or Rube. Kind of those three. I was kind of like, maybe watch Ultraman. The closest I've gotten to actually going and watching Ultraman was the Netflix show because that looks really cool. But I haven't watched a single Ultraman thing yet. So, yeah, there's that. Douglas the 10th says, anyone like pancakes? And Brave Level 5 says, Akechi much. So we're gonna... Well, that's a person, and I don't know. So I don't know what Akechi is. Metal Heroes is already taken. Yeah, that was the joke. I just finished watching I almost said Decade, and realized its theme was like Geo with them having to destroy the world. Yeah. Geo at a certain point did just become Decade 2. So, speaking of Decade, this is a problem I have. At one point, I said Decade correctly. And then, I don't know what happened. Like, I realized I'm reading Decade in, like, class. And I'm saying Decade in my head and realized that's a problem. And then I subconsciously started trying to switch back to Decade. So now I just say Decade again. But it's in Japan, it's more like Decade. So, like, I don't know. I think it's too late for me now to say Decade again. But Decade. I don't really care how people pronounce names in Rider unless it's, like, obnoxiously wrong. Like, 01 and you're trying to say Geo 1. Like... That's maybe, like, Max Ryusel, right? And you're trying to say, like, Malux 01, right? Like, unless it's really wrong how you're trying to pronounce it, I really don't care how you're pronouncing the name. Just, like, please don't get on my back for pronouncing it a certain way. Geo. Sorry, I had something in my throat. What are your views on another Geo? I realize I did not talk about my thoughts on another Geo at all. So that is a perfect opportunity to switch back to Rider. So, nice save. Another I almost said Geo. Another 01 looks fine. I realized that said another Geo, and I said another Geo for the last 10 seconds, but I did not talk about another 01. So, another Geo looks fine. I did talk about him in the ranking video, so if you want to check out another Rider ranking for more in-depth thoughts. But I like another Geo. It looks fine, but it's not my favorite another Rider. Another 01 also looks fine. It's definitely not my favorite at all. I just think it looks fine. Like, there's nothing particularly frightening or amazing about it. It's just... Like, yeah, it's another 01. It's kind of what I was expecting, another 01. It is kind of interesting. It leans more into the neon green than the neon yellow. So maybe that's on purpose. It's also kind of funny that he's another 01 2019. And this is the first another Rider that is actually supposed to be made in 2019 and not, they're like Kiva's the only one I can think of right now. How it should have been made in 2008, right? And it's 2019 because Geo. So it's kind of funny that this is another Rider with 2019 on it, but it's actually supposed to have 2019 on it. It's a shame that Kamen Rider Drive didn't use all his shift cars. Maybe some movie appearance. That usually happens. You don't get all the stuff used. Like, Bill didn't use all 60 million full bottles. 01 is not going to be using all the progress keys, but if you guys do want to see what he would look like using the Progrise keys, Toei actually has been uploading like concept art of 01 using the Progrise keys in the 01 driver. So like Sting, Scorpion, and the driver rushing cheetah, shooting wolf. You just gotta check out, I think, the website. If I can link that, I actually might link that right now. So, but that's really cool. That's just a little thing. Like, it doesn't even affect my opinion of 01 as a show, but that's really cool. So, you know, props to Toei for doing stuff like that. Episode guide. Give me the episode guide website. Okay, here we go. I will link this now. There you go. That will take you to the website, and then if you go to an episode and you scroll to the bottom, most of them have the form in the 01 driver. So, Common Warrior, Common Hero. Common Warrior sounds cool, but see, common then doesn't work because that's a Japanese word. So, see, it's like, it's a weird balancing act. Like, rename Kamen Rider Power Rider, but how? Like, are you thinking of getting the Kamen Rider figurized model kits? Like, as of now, I'm not like, I need this model kit, but I know X8 has been appearing in some GameStops. So if I wander into a GameStop at some point for whatever Lightning Collection exclusive is out at that point, and there's an X8 there, I'm totally buying it. Or if there's maybe anyone there, like, okay, who would I buy if I found him in a GameStop figurized kit? I would probably buy Build, definitely X8. Maybe Gaim, because I've seen Gaim. Maybe Drive as well, Base Drive. And then probably 01 as well. So, yeah. Why isn't Kamen Rider Gambarizing canon? Because it's an arcade game. Who would win, Thanos or Omageo? But Thanos only has the Power Mine, Soul, Space, and Reality Stones. Isn't that... Which one is he missing? Time. Well, Omageo would win because he could probably break all the stones. If you're going to get into Ultraman, I'd start with Orb or Ultraman Taiga. Or is it Tiga or Taiga? I know there's Taiga, but is there Tiga? Yeah, either way, thank you for the recommendations. Is it Proto 01 or 001? It's 001. So, if you're an editor and you like doing stupid edits, please make Kamen Rider 01 theme song, but it's 001 instead of 01, and then send it to me. I feel like since Kamen means masked in Japanese, maybe Masked Fighters or Masked Legends could be a name for American Kamen Rider name. Masked Fighters sounds kind of cool. Another GO2 was supposed and was made in 2019. That's true. I guess another GO2 was kind of supposed to be made in 2019. But another GO should have been 2018. Oma Grangio is the most infuriating thing in all of Kamen Rider. Sogo didn't do shiz to get his powers. That is a fact. I mean, some of the Grangio watches he maybe needed, but like, or he got on his own. But Omageo, I still don't really know how Omageo just came out of nowhere. Can you predict what would be the final form of 01 in which animal based? I'm going to assume it's going to be Grasshopper if they're even going with an animal theme for the final form, because his current next upgrade form is Grasshopper again. So it's probably going to be like Ultimate Hopper. If it's Ultimate Hopper, you'll all owe me $1 million. The Chad Aruto versus the Virgin Sogo. I don't hate Sogo, so I have to say the Chad Aruto though, because he's a Chad, but I don't hate Sogo at all. Lightning Hornet is the only one not revealed yet. That is true, and I hope it gets revealed soon because Lightning Hornet on Valkyrie looks pretty good. So on 01, good? Question mark. What do you think another 01 powers are? Probably jumping and making Naruto forced to use the Force Riser. He was forced to use the Force Riser. Toei, if you did that on purpose, you are the master of puns. We already knew about that, but he gained Oma form via losing his best friend. I mean, yeah, I guess you're right. It was his anger of losing Gates. Why not keep the name Kamen Rider? I mean, in Pacific Rim, they kept the word kaiju. No one complained about that. That's true. Kaiju is a very common term in American Toku anyway. Everyone says kaiju. So I mean, if they kept Kamen Rider, that would be kind of interesting. But, yeah, that would be kind of cool if they kept Kamen Rider. Maybe if they did just translate Kamen into Masked Rider. No, but that defeats the purpose. So Kamen Rider would be kind of cool. I wonder what 01 will look like when he's using the Shooting Wolf progress key. Well, the link I sent in the chat, if you go to episode, it takes you to the episode guide for 01. If you go to episode 2, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, anyone. If you scroll down to the bottom, there's a section where you can check out what 01 looks like using Shooting Wolf. So there's that. Kamen Rider Dragonite work. That's right, I forgot about Dragonite. They just straight up use Kamen Rider. So yeah, they could just use Kamen. Is 001 Aruto or a new character? Toei is saying it's Aruto, forced to use the Force Riser because another 01 stops him from using the 01 driver. So it is Aruto according to Toei. So I'm gonna believe it's Aruto. Are you planning to do another episode about fan-made Toku series? Because I have my own idea that you could talk about Seigi no Senshi Captain Japan. That sounds cool. Currently, there are no plans to do another episode of Toku ideas, but maybe for 10,000 subscribers, we'll do something like that. So, because that was kind of a big project, so we'll see. Are you Ladies Man 21? Is it 217? I swear it was something else. Anyway, are you Ladies Man 217? No, I'm not. Have you ever played Overwatch? I think I played Overwatch for like a day because we got it from Redbox. We rented it from Redbox. I liked it, but I clearly don't have it anymore, or I didn't get it again. So it's I liked Overwatch while I was playing it, but not enough to buy it, I think. But I mean, I could buy it on my computer, and then I don't have to worry about like the online stuff. So maybe we'll see. Do you think we will see the 01 armor in the Winter movie? I mentioned this earlier. Maybe, because there's so many 01 stuff going on in that movie. So, like that, there's like 401. No, there's already 401s going on in that movie. So there will be 5 if they get the 01 armor. So that's why now I'm thinking like maybe we're not gonna see this armor, at least to watch, I'm sure. But if they do use the watch for the armor, I will have no complaints. We'll have 501 suits in one movie, and that's gonna be pretty hot. So, I confused. Is it Proto 01 or Double 01? It is 001. Double 01, as you said, but not Double 01. 001. It was, for some reason, we were thinking it was Proto 01 at first, but it's 001 according to Toei. Do you think we will get another adult Kamen Rider show like Amazon's? Maybe. I think Amazon's was very well received at a certain point, and then it kind of went down. But I think there's a possibility we could see more adult Kamen Rider stuff. Video Gamer Boy says hi, hello, welcome to the stream. Kamen Rider best name, no need to change it. I agree, you don't need to change it in Japan. I was talking about bringing it to America for an adaptation. Maybe that's where I was thinking of the changing it. In Japan, you are correct. No need to change Kamen Rider. Gray Muteki says, just notice I am less than 100 subs off 8K. That is true. We are very close to 8K. That is very cool. Thank you, guys. Any anime you're currently watching? No, I don't. Yeah, I don't watch anime really. I think the most anime I watched was like an episode of Dragon Ball, and then like Pokemon when it airs on television. I've never really kept up with anime. I'm not really an anime person. If they made a Kamen Rider anime, now I'm an anime person. You know what I'm saying? um, Thoughts on Kamen Rider Dragon Knight? I have not seen Dragon Knight, but I respect the choices that they made, and I do not know any of the choices that they made, so I don't know what I'm saying. Dragon Knight, it's kind of sad that I think people liked it. I think it only it didn't even have an ending, so. But I don't think it was a failure at all. It was kind of an interesting way to show what Kamen Rider could be in the States at a decent potential, more than a Masked Rider. So, what's your favorite first Kamen Rider upgrade form? So like the one that is in like quarter 2, or like the end of quarter 1. Honestly, it's not even out yet, but I think Assault Wolf I really like from the scans we've seen. And then we've seen some images of Shining Hopper, that's the name. Shining Hopper from the back looks very nice as well. But I guess that's my answer, and those two aren't even out yet. So, how do you think another 01 will work? I didn't think of that because there'd be no time jackers, huh? Well, another Ryuki existed for no reason, so let's assume that another 01 also is going to exist for no reason. Who is 001 fighting in the bottom picture? So, we don't know. That is a leaked image. And the light blue is leading me and pretty much everyone else to the assumption that it's going to be the form from Rocking Hopper, which is a Zetsume Raizeki that we very briefly saw in... So I just had an idea, but I'm going to finish this. Rocking Hopper is a key that we very briefly saw in the trailer for the Reiwa, the First Generation movie. So we know nothing about it. We didn't even know it'd get a form. Clearly it's going to get a form of some kind, presuming from the light blue color. So I just thought, what if it's... Okay, so I just had two thoughts. It looks kind of like a Magia. So it could just be a Magia using Rocking Hopper key with the Zetsume riser, because it does look like it's wearing a belt of some kind. You can barely make that out. But there's no Magia antenna on the sides. So then it's like, well, then what is it? And I just thought, what if it's the 1000 driver? Because that uses a Zetsume Rise key. And they do like to hint at those quarter 2 stuff early on. They do like to hint at that quarter 2 stuff in the winter movie. Like, I think the Gaim one, they had the Genesis driver riders in a post-credit scene. In X8, they had Perfect Puzzle in the post-credit scene. In Build, never mind. But they like, in Build, in the end, we had Grease show up with the Splash driver. They like to hint at these quarter 2 toys in the movie. What if this is the evolution of that, where they just straight up show the 1000 driver in the movie? That Rocking Hopper, that uses the Rocking Hopper key. So that's an idea now that's out there. It's probably false, because that's kind of crazy that they'd use the 1000 driver in the movie. But the Force Rider has been in the show for like a month now, and it's not even out. It comes out this week, so we'll see. Dragon Knight had an ending and told its story, so I'm incorrect then. That is my bad. From what I remember, Dragon Knight flopped because the toys got delayed by quite a few months. I think I saw a post like that where it came out in the show came out in March and the toys came out in August. So that's a big rip. That could be why it flopped. It probably is why it flopped. Gaming Penguin said they just joined the stream. Welcome. Do you think Hirobi is going to give Aruto the Force Riser? Maybe, I guess. I never thought of where he'd get the Force Riser. He could very well just pull it off a Metsubo Jinrai rider, but it could be they just make one. I feel like Hiden has the ability to make a Force Riser, but they don't need to because they had the 0-1 driver, like, which seems like the most natural way of using the Progress keys in the show. The Force Riser forces it open. The Shot Riser kind of like shoots a bullet and makes the suit appear. This one uses the Zaya satellite, so it's like officially endorsed by Hidden Intelligence. So they could maybe just make a Force Riser. Hold on a sec. Another 0-1 prevents Aruto from using the 0-1 driver, but he can still use the Rising Hopper key in another Henshin belt. Does that really make sense? From the laws that Geo set up, which was that you just can't straight up use any of the powers in when another rider exists. No, it doesn't really make sense, but I can kind of see the logic behind it with 0-1 kind of using the keys in different ways. So it's kind of like, again, since the 0-1 driver is like the officially endorsed official way to use all the stuff or all the progress keys, another 0-1 would eliminate it. If Toei is going to bring Kamen Rider to outside Japan, it should be an original rider than adapting an existing rider, because adapting being more cost effective outside of reshooting footage. Well, you say it would be more expensive to adapt, or you say it would be more cost effective to adapt, but then you say you want an original rider. I feel like they're gonna just adapt, because like you just make Power Rangers. Then if you're gonna make an original Kamen Rider, like just use something that's already popular instead of adapting something no one really knows. Do you have any Kamen Rider figure arts? If so, which is your favorite? I do not have any Kamen Rider figure arts, but the Kamen Rider figure art I would want is the one on screen right now. So, do you think another 0-1 might have something to do with Kamen Rider Geo? Probably, because it's gonna be in the summer movie, or not the summer movie, the winter movie with Geo. So I hate how Geo and 0-1 have such similar names. That's gonna get so bad in the review. Alright, hopefully I remember this. I should have a gag in my review of the winter movie where I call Geo 0-1 and I call 0-1 Geo. That would not get confusing at all. So, yeah. I already have a gag set up in my head for when I review the Geo summer movie with the Black RX guy. His name is like impossible to pronounce, so I'm going to pronounce it differently every time I say it. Like, at one point I'll slam my keyboard. At one point I'll, like, lose my mind. I'm going to have a lot of fun with that review for that aspect alone. What's worse in the Beast Morphers toy releases? Well, that wasn't Hasbro's fault entirely. They weren't going to get the license until April, and they had to release the show in, what was it, February, March? So that kind of wasn't their fault. It was just a product of the world that they lived in at the point. So next year when not Super Beast Morphers, God, that was when Beast Morphers 2 comes out. Thank God for no Super season. When that comes out, I'm sure the toys will be out alongside it at this point. But I will agree that the Zord releases, that is no, I don't like that. No, I don't think I like that. Do we even know where Jin and Hirobi got their Force Risers? Are they like prototype drivers made by Hiden that were later stolen? That is an interesting question. I was thinking, my idea when the show started is that the Hirobi and Jin are listening to the Arc and collecting the Zetsume Rise keys to create their Force Risers, and then they can become Kamen Riders using the Arc. Like, they create the Arc, and it functions as this inverted satellite that the Zaya satellite, or not the Zaya satellite, that the other satellite is the 0-1. But clearly I was wrong, because they just had a Force Riser, or they have multiple Force Risers. So I was thinking then when they said 001 was Proto 01, then I was thinking, well, it's a prototype 01 driver then, right? Which could still be true, but now there's not as much evidence for it because it's not Proto 01. So that it's certainly an interesting question where the Force Risers come from. I hope they answer it in the show. Either that or they make an ass pull and 01 just miraculously shows up with a Force Riser. that could also happen because that is a thing that happens in tokusatsu. 001 implies that it is a prototype form, so maybe Zeden created the Force Riser. I think you meant Hedon, but Zeden is kind of funny to me because I'm dumb. What do you think about these fan-made progress keys? Fan-made progress keys are really cool. I really like the forms that some people are making because the 01 aesthetic for making new forms is kind of interesting, where it's just like mangle the suit around however you want and then add some new parts to it. So you don't even have to make like a new suit at all. It's really cool. Favorite rider gimmick: Gas Shats. I love Gas Shats. I own no DX Gas Shats, but I love Gas Shats. I took a drink of water. So I saw the question. There we go. So what got you into watching Kamen Rider for the first time, and what was the first Rider series you watched? It was MGO 316's reviews on Kamen Rider Drive stuff, and I was like, this looks like Power Rangers. And I thought it was like Power Rangers, and the shift cars were like Zords, so I was like treating them as Zords. And then he released the videos with the tire change series, and I was like, oh, they create tires. And then as it went on and I saw Wild and Technique, then I was like, oh, some of them make like straight up new forms. So then from Drive I was kind of just learning more. So Drive is like the first one that got me into it, but X8 is the first one I watched live. So Scorching Dragon, Striking Cobra, Storming Strix, Blazing Phoenix, Sky Griffin for progress key names. I mean, yeah, the progress key like layout of something ing animal is really simple. So yeah, there's a lot of cool ones. Am I the one who thinks Izu is super sinister? So I don't think she's sinister, but there's definitely something going on with her because of the intro. So will I make a video going further in depth with my Ninja Rider idea? As of now, I don't have any ideas to do so because I don't really have any more ideas about the Ninja Rider. But maybe in the future if more people want to see that. Least favorite rider. So as of the 2 episodes I've seen were Axel's and Double, I don't really like Axel. So still crossing my fingers for a pizza themed rider. I would love that because pizza is literally my favorite food on this planet. I could eat pizza maybe not every day, but like I could eat pizza for like a whole week straight and not like have not a care in the world. I love pizza so much. You don't know. So a pizza themed rider would be really cool. Did I see the anime X8 battle video? Yes, I did. I love that. That's really cool. Another 01 looks horrifying. Yes, indeed. He is kind of creepy. I feel like some of the other ones are creepier. Who's the creepiest Another Rider, in my opinion? Quiz, because he has dots for eyes. Quiz or Blade. But Another 01 is no slacker, so. What do you think Toei will do for Sentai's 50th series? Another dinosaur season. I'm just kidding. My idea is a team made up of Rangers pass on common themes of past teams. Like the Red Rangers, a dinosaur blew a police officer. That would be really funny, and it would actually be really cool. A way of them like, yes, we do many dinosaur seasons. Dinosaur Rider, Ninja Rider. I said Rider. Dinosaur Ranger, Ninja Ranger, which is another season. That would be really cool. That would be a nice like self-referential thing. Like, yes, we do a ton of this theme, so we're gonna do it on our anniversary. Gaming Penguin says they found Kamen Rider through this channel. Ironically, that's funny. That's awesome as well. Do you think Beast Morphers even needed a second season, considering how few toys Go Busters tried to sell? I would say more, but I don't know if you've already seen the finale of season 1. I have not. Please do not spoil season 1 of Beast Morphers. Like, I don't think any of these seasons need 2 seasons, like the super seasons. but it's just going to be a thing that happens, so we can keep getting stock footage used. I don't like it, but it's going to happen. Hopefully when we leave Nickelodeon, if we leave Nickelodeon, I mean, hopefully we don't get the second seasons anymore, and we can just do a full 40 episode season. That would be nice. Pineapple on pizza. So you are now banned from the stream. I'm just kidding. Hello Luke in the chat. Daniel says, just imagine a pizza themed rider having forms based on different toppings, with the super form being deep dish form. I'm gonna write this down somewhere. No, I'm not, but this pizza themed Kamen Rider would be fantastic. Proto 01 looks pretty badass. I agree. What are your thoughts on what little we have of Gio's Overquarter movie? Overquarter looks really cool, and I'm really excited to watch that when it gets subbed. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. It looks really cool. It looks very interesting. Having a pizza rider not impossible. We had Exade wearing a hamburger. Do you know what that hamburger's gashette was named? Juju Burger. So, Kamen Rider Jujube? Question mark. So Max Ryusoul Red is coming, yes indeed, and he looks beautiful. Toei missed a big opportunity not giving Ryusoul Red Max a cape. See, I think most stuff like looks better in a cape, but I don't think Max Red needs a cape. Like that's how awesome I think the suit looks on its own. I don't think it needs a cape. I feel like a cape would drag it down. So, but then again, like it's not wearing a cape, so I don't know. There is a cape upgrade coming though, so maybe there is an opportunity for Max Ryusoul Red to get a cape. If you had to make a rider for 01, what would they be themed after and their henshin gadget? So I would not use the 01 driver. I have nothing against it, but Force Riser and Shot Riser forms look much cooler in my opinion. So it'd be a Force Riser or a Shot Riser. I'm kind of leaning towards Force Riser because Proto 001 I mean, looks really cool. As for the animal, maybe we'll get a build reference going and use Rabbit and then make it a red progress key. Gio used all the capes that Toei had. That's true. They were already running out of capes because what's his name? The one that's a reference to the movies. Whatever that one is, hopefully you know what I'm talking about. The one in the rider in Overquarter that's a reference to Jay, Zio, and Shin. That has trash bags, literal trash bags for like capes. So yeah, if they already ran out of capes. So my 50th ideal lineup for a mixed Sentai theme is red for Dinosaur, or Dinosaur Red, Police Officer Blue, Yellow Lion, Violet Ninja, Cars Black, and Green Dragon. That I like the little references like Violet Ninja for Kamen Rider Shinobi. Police officers were blue, red's usually dinosaurs, and Green Dragon for Dragon Ranger. I like that. Jumping Rabbit. There you go. That works. What is the deal with Proto 01? 001 is Aruto using a Force Riser because the 01 driver doesn't work because of another 01. If you could give any rider a new form, Final, Super, Dark, what would it be? So that's Dark. And so... That's an interesting question. Thank you for asking that. I like that question. So most have a final form. I was gonna say Cross Z Dark form, but that's kind of Evil Cross Z. So maybe not that. Kuroto kind of has a super form with God Maximum. Oh, maybe so an X-Did Rider. Snipe. No. Snipe has simulation. So I guess give Laser an actual final form. as opposed to saying it's one of the proto Gashets. Or maybe give Kabuto or Ryuki a super form. But that's a very interesting question, so thank you for asking that. Is there a possibility for a 01 versus O's movie special? I guess there's a possibility, but like the only reason that would happen is because they both use animals for their forms. So I don't know if they're gonna do that. I'm honestly kind of surprised that 001 uses a Force Riser rather than a Shot Riser, because it looks more badass with a Force Riser. Yeah, that is kind of interesting as well. Because again, the Force Risers are villain weapons, devices. So it's kind of weird that in his time of need, he resorts to a villain device rather than a hero device. Although maybe that could be because the Shot Risers authorize the key as well, and the Force Risers don't. So maybe the Shot Risers wouldn't work as well because of another 01, because they authorize the key. Ronnie Williams says, I wish that somehow there would be an X8 and 01 crossover movie. I do as well, because there's a lot of similarities with the stuff. I was thinking about this yesterday. I think my favorite thing in 01 is that the progress keys just are like being used in so many different ways with the drivers. So it's different ways of using the same gimmick. So it's like just this example, Rising or 001 is Rising Hopper and another driver, and it looks so cool. It's like such a different look. So imagine, so we already know Shooting Wolf in the 01 driver, Shooting Wolf in a Shot Riser, or not Shot Riser, Force Riser. What would that look like? So it's really interesting, kind of how the progress keys just get used in different ways in different drivers, and it's gonna keep continuing at least until with quarter 2. I hope we get at least maybe other drivers in the future, and we just keep seeing different ways for progress keys to be used because they all use it a different way. And it's something I think that like it would be kind of cool if we saw that in X-Aid, just because I love X-Aid. Like just like they all used a gamer driver, and it would just have 2 Buggle driver repaints. Like imagine if there was the gamer driver that X-Aid uses, and then there's like a different maybe a gun that Snipe uses to henshin with the Gashets, and then Brave uses a sword, and then maybe Laser uses the bike or uses the gamer driver again. Like I think that's basically my favorite part of 01. I think the aesthetics, at least, that the progress keys just get used in different drivers, and it creates this really interesting aspect with all the forms. Rejoice, the writer who is almost at 8,000 followers, the ruler of Toku, and the king of Kamen Rider, and his name is Kamen Rider Thomas Jujube. This is a new page in the Book of Time. Thank you. I wouldn't call myself the ruler of Toku and the king of Kamen Rider, but that's very flattering, so thank you. It would be cool to have Putotira Taja Dol keys. It would be cool. And I do realize you said Taja Doru, and I said Taja Dol. I guess I'm a Taja Dol kind of guy. If you could give any Showa rider a form, what would it be? So you say powered up Ichigo doesn't count. So like, do you mean like in the vein of powered up Ichigo? Because I would give like maybe stronger, kind of a powered up Ichigo form. Maybe I give stronger form that makes him look like a Kabuto rider. That would be kind of cool. Just thought, but didn't the Force Riser hack Jin, and we only seen Huma Gears use the Force Riser, so does that mean 01 is a Huma Gear? Possibly. That's what a lot of people were saying. Like, it could be the father using it because it's a Huma Gear, or he's a Huma Gear. But, yeah, if Aruto's using it, it could mean that he is a Huma Gear, but we don't entirely know how the Force Riser works. Like, he gave it to Jin, wore it, and then he immediately hooked up to metsubojinrai.net. But that's because he's a Huma Gear. So, like, if Aruto puts it on, will he have the same connecting to metsubojinrai.net? And if that happens, then, well, there you go. He's a Huma Gear. So, what would the Rabbit 01 rider be called? Upload? Kamen Rider Upload sounds kind of cool. I like Kamen Rider names that just use very simple words, and they come across really well. Like Build, Kamen Rider Build sounds pretty cool. pretty much like all the snipe or all the X-Aid riders other than X-Aid, like Brave, Snipe, Laser, really cool names, and it's just like a simple word. Although, obviously, that's not the Shame X-Aid's name at all. Wait, 01 gets stabbed? Question mark. Did he get stabbed? I honestly can't remember because Swivel Boy says, quick theory: Aruto is a human gear, or Aruto can sustain getting stabbed. Oh, stabbed in the waist from the Force Riser when it attaches. So that's where that comes from. I wish Toei could make the Yoma Advent Calendar book. I would cash in the bank. I think the DVD or the CD case is made to look like the Book of Advent, Waz's book, in case you didn't know. But I don't know. But if they did just release the book, I would buy the book. So, yeah. Now that you said it, since Assault Wolf and Shining Hopper have the same design template, maybe Isamu will switch sides from Ains to Hiden? Possibly. I think in the latest episode they were like friends, kind of. But Assault Wolf and Shining Hopper, do they have the same design? I can't quite remember. I don't think they entirely have the same design, but they do merge into Shining Assault Hopper, so that definitely kind of lends to your theory. I feel like whatever what's her name, Yua is doing, Valkyrie, whatever she's doing in the background, maybe that switches him to Hiden, because whatever she's doing is a big bad. So Ronnie Williams says, what is your favorite part of Tokusatsu outside of the story? The suits, because I like the Tokusatsu suits. Firestorm Dell says, do you think if Geo had the time, they could have done an arc where an evil Sogo timeline crosses into the main timeline, and instead of the good riders, evil Sogo has ride watches of dark riders? That's kind of like another decade if it was Oma Geo. But that would be cool. Regardless, that would be cool. But there's already like 100 ride watches, so I don't know if we need more ride watches. There's not even that many Gashats, and they're the far superior gimmick, in my opinion. So, how come Kamen Rider doesn't do 10-year after specials like what Sentai does? Do you want to see a 10 years after film for Rider? I would not be opposed to a 10 years after film, although, like, I don't think I've seen any that are that old. But, like, when it's, what would it be, 2027, then a 10 years X-Aid? I think the closest we've had to that was Rider Time Ryuki, though, right? And then Decade appearing again in Geo. I don't know why they don't do it. Maybe that, I don't know. That's an interesting question. I'm trying to think why. It's probably something due to Sentai. It could just be like the riders usually appear again in the crossover movie. But like Sentai has the crossover movies as well. So I don't know why. It's probably something to do with like actors, because Sentai doesn't do 10-year afters for every single Sentai. So because then they'll do 20 years afters. Whoa. Make up an O's combo. Taka Tora Condor. Condor. That was, no, I don't like that one. So the red one, the blue one, a red one, a blue one, and a white one. So it's Kamen Rider America. So there you go. Do you think the Legend Rider forms are going to be awesome? For 01, no, because I'm not the biggest fan of 01's forms, because he uses the neon yellow. So, no, I don't think they're going to look very good. But we'll see. Fua or Gates or Banjo or Hero. So, Fua, I'm just going to take Fua off because he doesn't have a whole series like the other three do. Gates, I'm also going to take off because Gates, compared to Banjo and Hero, definitely can't contend. So it's Banjo or Hero, and I can easily take off Hero because I like Hero, but I just love Banjo. So Kamen Rider Cross Z wins that. If they make a Dark 01 and if it had its own progress keys, would it be named Shadow Hopper or Dark Hopper? I like Shadow Hopper better, but if we want to keep the theme of having it end in ing, it would be kind of cool to have like Descending Hopper or something like that. Falling Hopper. Something like that. Which rider do you think most deserves an armor time? Well, they all have armor times, don't they? But if you mean one in the show, what was my favorite one that was in the show? I think like Gabuto, Ryuki, or Deno. Will Shining Assault Hopper be only Aruto, or will it be controlled by both Aruto or Andy Samu? I don't know, and I'm really interested to see as well. Because if they do merge, then in theory that means they do become allies, like hardcore allies, not just like, yeah, I won't kill him if he shows up, but like we're not friends. So, yeah, we'll see. It could also just be in Aruto form as well. But definitely not a. I like how you said you don't say it's gonna be just Isamu, because it's definitely not for Vulcan. List of Dino Zetsu keys. I don't think we have any Dinosaur Zetsu Mirai keys, but a Dinosaur Zetsu Mirai key would be really cool. So, in the Ryu Soldier X01 special, how do you think Jin and Hirobi would react? Well, if that does happen, I feel like they wouldn't appear. No, they probably would. I feel like they just try to kill the Ryu soldiers for no reason because they're humans. Or there is a reason. They would just try to kill them because they're still humans. So, that would be funny if they sided with Geisel, like just the armor, because it's the armor. It's not living at all. So they're like, you're not human, so yeah, side with us. If you could have any driver, what would it be? Gamer driver. Gamer driver. What's your favorite rider? Ryuga. Kamen Rider Cross Z. I say Ryuga because that's his name. I still find it funny both the Geo and Ryu Soldier summer movies featured going back in time in some form. That is really funny. I know. That'll be. I haven't seen either, but it'll be really funny if they go back in time. Well, I know they don't, but it'll be funny if Ryu Soldier goes back in time because of Geo. Just like he just appears and he's like, "Yo, I'm here to take you back in time for your movie," and then the movie starts. If they ever make another Showa Riders, so I assume another Riders, how do you think they would handle it? I don't know. They'd probably just make them and then, no, this Showa Rider doesn't exist. Whoa. What's your thoughts on Proto-01 from Ninja DX? He looks great. I love the black and then the little neon yellow. The neon yellow works really well against the black. Daniel Earchai says, time to start writing Kamen Rider Pisano. I took another drink of water. Why doesn't Jin use his pistol outside of his rider form? That's a great question. It just hit me like a bus that he uses the Ames shotgun for his or the attached shotgun in his rider form, just like how he uses the pistol in his normal form. And then Hirobi uses he uses the arrow, but then he has the katana in his normal form. So that's kind of interesting. But I don't know why he doesn't use a pistol. Or no, you said outside of his rider form. He does use a pistol outside of his rider form. That's the only time he uses it. I think he meant in his rider form, which is what I was saying, I guess. So, no one knows why. Favorite rider kick? I think the one time Grand Geo did a rider kick and all 20 Kamen Riders showed up, that was really cool. Have you read Shotaro's Home for Technically Non-Existent on AO3 yet? I don't know what that is, so I have not read it. Do you think Geo and 01 should fight? I don't think they should fight, but in the trailer, they're gonna punch each other, so they're gonna fight. So it's always kind of funny when the riders just fight for no reason. Like, you're a common rider, I'm a common rider too. I've never seen you before, so I'm just gonna fight you. And then they're like, wait, we're both good guys. What are we doing? So let's check Twitter together and let's see if there's anything interesting. We're gonna go on an adventure through Twitter. Let's see. So I just see something about the Lightning Collection. I have not mentioned that we got Lightning Collection Zeo Blue announced. And it looks fine. I'm probably not going to get it because I don't really have much of an attachment to Zeo. But it looks good. The entire Lightning Collection, I don't really have most of it. So, I can't, like, I have one and I can say that he's a lot of fun to pose, the Psycho Blue. But the rest of, like, it looks great visually. So, what do you think about the Quantum Ranger trailer being a giant Virgil from DMC reference? I don't know what that is either, so I don't know. What if Apple made Humagear? Then, well, boys, we're in Kamen Rider 01. That'd be really funny if we're at the point now where if anything AI happens, it's like, why? There's so much anything out there about making artificial intelligence, and if a company's like, we're gonna make artificial intelligence, are you kidding me? Like, do you see what would happen? There's Terminator, there's 01, there's, I swear there's more. That's all I can think of now, but Terminator at least is the primary example. There's Ultron in Avengers. There's so much out there that's like, when we make artificial intelligence, we will all die. So why? I hope no company will make artificial intelligence because of, or to the level of like where we can all die, because there's so much out there that's like, if you make it, we're all gonna die. Toei should make more riders that share a form like Philip and Shotaro. I mean, we've had quite a few, I feel, since Philip and Shotaro. Every Deno rider is kind of that idea. Trinity in Geo is that. I feel like there's something else. If you were a Kamen Rider in X-Aid's world, what would your Gashat be? Just curious. So, if we're going to go with a Gashat that exists in X-Aid already, it would be either Geki Tatsu Robots, because it's red, or Juju Burger, because it's Jujube. But if it's one from this world, Fortnite. No, I don't actually know. So, that was my phone. That was absolutely nothing. Time Machine or Breaking Mammoth? I think, so design-wise, I like Breaking Mammoth better. But like in the show, Breaking Mammoth does only have one episode, but I like Breaking Mammoth more, I think. But, I mean, I don't hate the Time Machine at all. Gates' Time Machine looks great, along with Waz's for like the one episode it appeared. It looked great. But Geo's is fine, I guess. I don't like the green with the pink. It doesn't work very well. And like Geo has no green on him, so why is there green on the Time Machine? Question mark. Have you seen Geo Waz armor in another Oma Geo? Yes, I have. If most of that stuff when it comes out, I talk about it on Twitter and Discord. So if you wanna follow me on Twitter or join Discord, and then you can basically hear my thoughts on any of that stuff, like up to date. But Geo Waz armor I actually like a lot. Despite the abundance of neon green, I don't hate Geo Waz armor at all. I love the it has Beyond Drivers just slapped on its shoulders. Like, I was thinking we're gonna have big Me Ride watches on the shoulders. No, they just slapped the whole driver on the shoulder, and that's fantastic. So I love Geo Waz form, or maybe not love it, but I like Geo Waz form. Another Oma Geo I do not like. How do you take a suit that's amazing as Oma Geo and suits that are decent in the another Geos, and how you go so downhill with another Oma Geo? It doesn't look good. Granted, like, the only image I've seen of it is like terrible lighting, so maybe if we get better pictures of it, it'll look better. But like another Oma Geo, I don't like. Favorite Kamen Rider theme? I assume you mean theme song. Maybe Be the One. Be the One, or honestly, maybe Real X Eyes 01 theme, because I love Realize. I also can't wait for it to be the name of the summer movie, because that's the theme we're going with now. But also, I love XA2, or Excite. I do love XA2. It kind of sounds like just for no reason. I'm like, I also love X8, so. Have you finished Kamen Rider Double yet? No, I haven't watched Double in so long. I was at episode 14, basically right after Axel debuted, and I haven't watched it in so long. I really need to. Honestly, it's been so long, I think I should just rewatch the 14 episodes and then keep going. Wolfpack and Bounce says, I have to go. See you later. Thank you for coming to the stream. This is the longest live stream that we have ever had at 1:40. Congratulations, everyone. You have made it into the longest live stream ever. I'm not sure when I'm going to end. I'm probably going to end here soon. We'll try to reach an hour or 2 hours, but I may have to go do something. So we'll see. Camp themed Sentai. What do you think? I don't know. Sorry, I don't have Twitter from Wyman Deep. If I did, I would follow. No worries. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Gaming Penguin says, wait, they actually put drivers on them? Yes. Geo Waz armor just has Beyond drivers on the shoulder pads. So, we live in a society with Beyond driver shoulder pads. Do you like the concept of the Decade Rod Watch, and do you think there should be more Final Form times? I love the concept of the Decade Rod Watch. That's like the last rider that could change forms to the current rider that can change forms gets more change forms. I just really don't like how it was kind of awful how mix and match they were with it. Like X8 and Build both had like that winter power up, so Double X and Sparkling, and then Ghost had Grateful, the mid-season form, and then like Ryuki had no other form, so he just has the final form. O's has the mid-season form as well. Axel has, or no, not Axel. Fi's Axel is used because that's like the only other form Fi's has other than the final form. So it's like, it just sucks because like some of those older forms had some different things going on. It's kind of mix and matched, mismatch with all the different forms. But in concept, in theory, I like the Decade Watch. How would you think if they release new Kamen Rider series like Common Code and Kamen Rider Fossil and Kamen Rider Global? I'm not sure what you mean. Like if they just released a bunch of new Kamen Riders, that would be cool, I guess. What Super Sentai is your favorite? So I've only seen Q, Lupat, and currently Ryu Soldier in full. So as of now, it's Q Ranger, but I kind of want to say Ryu Soldier maybe, because I am really liking Ryu Soldier now. But obviously it's not over yet, so I can't really say it's my favorite. So we'll have to wait and see. If there was a Kamen Rider Sentai that wasn't as badly butchered as Go Rider, you take that back. Go Rider was amazing. I'm just kidding. You feel whatever you want with Go Rider, but Go Rider, I love that special, and it's not because of XA bias at all. That's a legitimately good special in my opinion. But I guess in one aspect it was terrible in that it was more of a Kamen Rider special than an actual Super Sentai Kamen Rider special. Like it had basically no connection to it had basically no connection to the what's it called, the crossover movie where the Go Riders first appeared. So it like kind of for what it was advertised as, like a Go Rider Kamen Rider, a Super Sentai Kamen Rider crossover special that comes right after the movie, it kind of failed in that aspect. But I feel like as a special on its own, it's really good. Would my throat is fine. I'm just kidding. Brave level 5 Isanagi says, in my local mall, they may have an anime and Toku store, or they do have an anime and Toku store. That's cool. Wait, Toku store, damn, that, yeah, you are lucky. I think the closest, I have, like, there's, like, Japanese stores in my mall, but, like, there's nothing Kamen Rider there. And there is, like, a hobby store, I think. And there's, like, Power Ranger stuff there, but there's nothing Kamen Rider there. So I don't think I've ever seen a Kamen Rider item in person at a store. Well, no, I have in New York, Image Anime. That was an experience going into Image Anime with all the Japanese Toku stuff, and then there's like Marvel Hot Toys, and then there's Transformers there. Like that broke me. But there is no store like that here, so yeah. How loud do you think Aruto's scream will be when he uses the Force Riser to be 001? It's already pretty loud, so that would hurt. Ricardo says, would using the Force Riser driver even hurt? Well, putting it on seems to stab you in the waist, as someone pointed out earlier, so yeah, it would definitely hurt. Yeah, there we go. Jin seemed like a lot of pain during his debut. Swivel Boy, I guess, says it's Image Anime time. That is, in fact, the only reason I knew Image Anime existed. So, the Gaming Penguin says, I like a good story, and that was a chaotic flop. I'm not sure what that's referencing, but I assume what you're talking about is right. So, is there anything new on Twitter? No. Okay. Well. For the record, I mentioned the stabbing thing. It's from Silver Boy. Well, yeah, there you go. Yeah. It's funny that the stabbing waist thing happens with the Zetsume Riser as well. I lost my total train of thought. Okay, the Zetsume Riser and the Force Riser, they both have the stabby wasting and can connect people to metsubojinrai.net. And yeah, Ricardo then says, would the Force Riser driver even work for humans? Well, from what we've seen, no, because only human gears have been using all of that equipment. But Aruto is going to use it, so obviously if Aruto's a human gear, he could use it, and it kind of confirms Aruto's a human gear, but you can't really say that it confirms it just because we don't know if it's possible to use the Force Risers if you're not a human gear. So, Thomas.exe stopped working. That is in fact what happened. I shut down. Gaming Penguin says it was Go Rider. So, I mean, yeah, if you don't like Go Rider, that's fine. I'm not going to change your opinion. I just personally loved Go Rider. I thought the ideas in there were really interesting. I just hit my monitor. I'm sorry. I think the best part was that we brought Kuroda Dan back. No, I'm just kidding. But I liked Go Rider, so. I think Proto 01 sounds better than 001. Yeah, I agree. Proto 01 sounds much better. But 001 is, I guess, the name. What's your favorite Sentai series from the ones I've seen? Q Ranger. Would I watch Fua grunting and trying to open the Shooting Wolf progress key for an hour? I don't think so. But maybe for like a few minutes. I was actually thinking of ordering a candy toy Shooting Wolf key and then putting it together and gluing the front plate shut, and then using that to mimic opening the key. I might still do that if I buy anything 01. I'll buy an SG key, and then just glue it shut, and then now it's my Fua progress key cosplay. Favorite rider weapon, the Beat Crosser. I'm gonna go get it right now. It's the only build, or it's the first build item I got, and it sounds perfect. I think I got it for like Christmas, and I had like the sounds going for like a month or something. And I still have it clearly, so it's really dusty. I'm gonna dust it off right now. Did I just say sorry to my screen? I did in fact say sorry to you guys because I smacked my screen and it made a loud noise. So, what are my thoughts on another 01? It looks fine, but it's not amazing. I don't think. It's kind of just like they went for like, we'll make it look like 01, and that's it. Like, there's no kind of, if it looked like a Magia 01, now we're talking. That would be really cool. But it's not. So it's just kind of a generic another rider that looks like 01. So Knicker Snicker, that is a name. Says they have to go. So thank you for coming to the stream. I guess we're gonna go for maybe 10 minutes more, and then we will leave. I wish Toei could make a Cross Z01 form. That would be cool. A Dragon 01 form, I'd like. So we'll go with to the better Beat Crosser sounds with a full bottle in it. This is the best one, I think. Simple Voice says, take a shot every time someone asks about another 01 Sentai or Power Rider. I like that. I cannot yet take shots, but maybe I should set something up for the next stream. Do I think Izu will become a Magia? Izu is definitely becoming a Magia. I'm sorry, Izu, your fate is sealed. You're dead. You're becoming a Magia at some point. I find it interesting that she hasn't developed Singularity yet. Like, she straight up went and canceled some Hidden Orders and stuff like that, and she's not Singularity. She could actively be avoiding Singularity now that she knows you get Singularity, you're dead because Magia. Are you going to keep saying decade, like decade or decade? I think I mentioned this earlier. I'm currently stuck saying decade, but maybe I'll try to switch it back to decade if I can. Because, I'll be saying decade, in the wrong place then. I'll be in, school, and I'll be decade. And then I'm, reading decade. Or I'll Common Writer, and I say decade instead of decade, and then that just it's just better to say decade because I'm American. So take a shot every time Thomas sprays his X-Aid. I don't want you guys to be drunk, so yeah, please don't. You'll be gone. I think there was that one stream. If you were here for that stream, say X8 good in the chat. There was a stream where I just said anytime someone asked me, everyone was asking me a question, and then I just kept saying X8 What's your favorite? Insert here. Xade. What's your favorite? This Xade. It was so funny. So maybe watch that video and then take a shot every time because there you go. You're dead 2 minutes in. That guy Ciro says I can't because 16. I don't know who told you that. So, drink a Pepsi every time he mentions a rider. I got a full case. Someone should watch Kamen Rider Build and like drink like a little shot of water every time they use like a full bottle or shake a full bottle. Drink like Pepsi every time he uses the sparkling can. Make just like do something with all the bottles, like take a little slurp of go-go squeeze or a whole thing every time someone uses a jelly. I don't know what you do for Crocodile Crack. For Genius, I don't know what you would do for Genius. Take a drink of like lemonade or something. That would be really funny. Daniel remembers that stream where I just kept saying X8 over and over. I'm glad you remembered that because that was fun. Am I going to make a video on how to pronounce decade? No. Because I'll just say it wrong. I forget. I can't remember when I started switching to saying decade. I want to say it was like after Xade ? But I have no idea. So since we made a Kamen Rider Gummy is good. If you guys watch, please tell me that you guys have watched those stupid Kamen Rider Gummy commercials, like Kamen Rider Gummy, and their brain explodes from the gummy. That's so funny. Those commercials are so funny. Splash jellies are kind of a disappointment. I think I mentioned this before, not in this stream though. I think visually Splash jellies are really cool, but from what I've seen and heard, Splash jellies physically are bad. So, yeah. So, as I was going to say before I got sidetracked from Kamen Rider Gummies, I'm going to go on for about like a few more minutes here. So, if you guys want any more questions that you want me to answer on stream, you know, please don't spam the chat. But like, I was gonna say spam, and I'm like, no, don't spam. Just like, say it in a calm manner. There you go, in the chat, and then I'll try my best to answer them. Which is better, Decade or Geo? So I have to say Geo because I haven't seen Decade. There you go again. I said Decade, but whatever. But I want to watch Decade to form my own opinion which anniversary is better. I want to say Decade, but I can't say Decade because I haven't seen Decade. But I want to say Decade just because it seems like in Decade they didn't go off on a, or in Decade it seems like they knew they weren't going to go full anniversary riders. Like, they have the different AR worlds, and they're doing different things in those worlds. Where in Geo, it's like anniversary, not anniversary, not anniversary, anniversary, everything. So, yeah. But again, I can't really say. Imagine every time Fuwa Vulcan tried to open the progress key, he's actually opening a packet of crisp. There is a meme where they actually edited like chips into his hands, and he opens it and chips explode everywhere, and then the actor recreated that in a YouTube video. Fuwa's actor is an absolute legend. How do you think another 01 watch will come from, and who would become another 01, and how would they get the watch? So basically, another 01, how? So I don't know, because time jackers are gone. Right? So we don't have any time jackers. So who makes it? So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm leaning towards who it'll be. No one, and it's just gonna be your standard. It's just and another rider that exists. But it wouldn't. I was gonna say Fuwa, but that makes no sense. It would probably be more interesting to have it be a 0-1 character, or just a person that they pulled off the street and they made in another rider like half of the show, which is not a problem. It's just that is what they did in the show. Fae Kamen Rider, just wondering how that would go. I'm not sure what a Fae is. I think I saw something about it before, but that would be interesting. What is O's final form? I believe that it's Putotira, and they have officially said that it's Putotira, kind of, sorta, in like promotional material. But like, if you think it's Tajadol, I don't want to argue with you because it doesn't matter. It's whatever you want it to be. What's your favorite Super Sentai suit? Max Ryusel Red. Have you seen the review from Engo for the 0-1 driver? If so, have you seen the slot on the side of the driver upgrade hint? Yes, I have seen it. I have seen the review, and then I've seen other videos where I actually use that. So I don't know what it's gonna be. It's probably gonna be third quarter, I think, or next year. But I don't know what it's gonna be. I wonder if they'll just use a Rising Hopper key again. They probably will. And then they're just gonna use that thing on the side. So, what Studio Series figures do you have so far, and which are your favorites for Transformers? So, let me look. I have Studio Series Stinger, Lockdown, and Grimlock. Okay, so I have Stinger, Lockdown, and Grimlock, and that's about the reverse order of how I put them. And up top is Grimlock, which is actually probably my favorite Transformer figure in my collection. Below that is Lockdown, because I love Lockdown from Age of Extinction, and then below that is Stinger, and Stinger's just, he's alright. I just needed it for Stinger to fill out my Age of Extinction collection, which is basically complete. I don't have all the Dinobots, but that's fine. They were in it for 5 minutes. I'm actually really sad they have not continued any Dinobots in Studio Series, because the Grimlock is amazing. So literally all they need is, for me, all I need would then be a Slug and a Scorn, and then I have the collection. Or I have like all the Age of Extinction characters. So they did have Drift. I didn't get the Drift. I might get the Drift. The Studio Series character that is out now that I do want is the Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime, because that is a hot Optimus Prime form. So another 0-1 is just gonna appear because of reasons. That is, in fact, probably what's gonna happen. My guess is Sogo was bored and thought, let's bully the new one for a bit, and just made another 0-1. That would be funny. That would be funny if it's Omagio, like, there's a Reiwa rider I must eliminate, and he creates another 0-1. Can Omagio create another Riders? I don't think so. Do you think Kira Mager, the new Sentai, is demon themed? Maybe. I think I'm not entirely sure what Kira Mager translates to. A lot of people have been giving translation stuff and whatnot, but like none of it really gives a good idea of what it translates to. So I have no idea what Kira Mager is gonna be. I'm looking forward to it though. Which is the most ridiculous Kamen Rider build form? Genius form. Do I like Skybite? I do like Skybite, even though I haven't watched Robots in Disguise. Have I seen the Tachiban Garin meme with 0-1? No, I have not. Can someone put a link for the meme with Fuwa? So I don't know. I think if you go to his YouTube channel, he does it. I can put a link to his YouTube channel for that video, and then I think I will be off. Because I don't know. I don't remember where the specific meme on Twitter is. But I think he shows it in the video. So he has 57k subscribers. I think he was at like 2,000 last month. So yes, good job, Toku fandom. We came through. Here we go. Copy link address. There you go. There you go. Fuwa's YouTube channel. Alright, so I guess that will be it. I am off. Thank you guys so much for coming to the stream. This is the longest stream. We went over 2 hours. So thank you guys so much for coming to the stream. This was a lot of fun. I had a great time talking to you guys, talking about all this stuff. So Halloween video coming, I think, this Thursday. You guys voted. You wanted it this Thursday. So we'll see. The vote is still going on. But Halloween video this week. So look forward to that. Thank you for coming to the live stream, and thank you for watching.